The Fak'ugesi African Digital Innovation Festival is a celebration of technology and creativity and it kicked off on Wednesday, bringing together a diverse array of professionals from the fields of digital innovation, video games, extended reality and animation. This year's festival promises to be remarkable under the theme Until Unlocked, showcasing the richness of Africa's digital landscape. The festival serves as a reminder of the creativity and ingenuity that Africa has to offer, setting the stage for the future of digital innovation on the continent and beyond. We're joined by Creative Director Eduardo Cachucho for more. Eduardo, thanks for joining us. Very good morning. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
What are your main goals for this year's festival? What are we looking at?
Yeah, this year, with our theme Until Unlocked, we thought there's been so many huge advancements in the digital creative space. I would say since 2020, the African continent has seen so many, special highlights internationally. A good example is like Kizazi Moto, which has been kind of globally incredibly well received, has been winning. It won an Emmy, it won a lot of awards. People desperately want African content. And what's happening in the digital space is that we're really leading internationally in terms of creating African stories that are internationally relatable and that people want. So I think it's a really exciting moment. But what we're saying with Until Unlocked is it's almost like a video game analogy. Like, okay, you've unlocked a level. Now's not the time for us to rest. We need to keep building the industry so that it creates more jobs, more livelihoods, and that we're bringing more people into it.
And how do you see the role of digital innovation evolving in Africa? Just considering the boom in AI or artificial intelligence.
I think it's only going to make this industry grow faster and have more opportunities.
Okay.
We're not scared about it at all. We have had a whole bunch of talks yesterday in our conference around AI. It just means we're going to be able to scale up better, and that kind of difference in being able to deliver.
I'm quite keen to know, just to cut you off, I'm quite keen to know what the innovators were talking about AI. What is it or rather, what kind of approach are they taking towards AI? Because AI has been met with so many different feelings and views, some with consternation, some with much enthusiasm.
Yeah, we have an incredible project on that's called Chimere. And what they've done in that project, it's been a collaboration between Switzerland, Lesotho, and South Africa. And they've been training that AI model specifically on artist and activist archives so that this AI model is very socially and artistically aware. So it knows about political acts in South Africa. It knows about apartheid. And it's been fed archives of activists and politicians. Right. So it's extremely politically aware. It's not your average AI model. And I think this is where the future lies, in very customized, unique AIs that are built by communities and different groups of people that is really relevant to us. Because if you're using a normal AI model, it's not really that smart. And it's very general in a way that's not interesting for most people. I would say for South Africans also, that it's not contextualized very often.
Okay. Not so many people actually knew that there's different levels and formats of AI. And, the greatest fear, I suppose, is the loss of jobs to AI.
Yeah, and I would say there is going to be loss of jobs in certain areas, but what we often say also at the festival is, and this is why I really encourage parents to come with their kids and students to come, is that there really are so many jobs in the kind of digital creative industries. We literally cannot get enough people to be in animation studios. We are training 20 people a year. WITS Digital Art School is training 350 students. These people are going into the industry. There are not enough people to fill the jobs for the demand we have for African storytelling and creativity.
Yeah. Now, back on the festival, how do you curate the industry program to ensure that it actually addresses the current trends?
So we are very careful. We call the African Digital Innovation Festival. So we're super careful to try and make sure that we have a mix across the continent, so that it's also not just a South African view that can tend to happen. And we think how we keep on trend is that we're always working in all of these different industries to understand what are the problems, what are some of those gaps, for example, like where we need jobs, but sometimes it takes up to 5 years to train into a specific position. And we're making sure that the kind of discussion from the start, from very, very early training to being very advanced in the industry, that we're connecting all those dots.
Right, right. And in what ways does Fak'ugesi support emerging talent, especially in the digital space?
So we have various things like the awards. We've run a program this year called Queer Catalyst in Pride Month, so it might as well connect that, where we've been training very young animators in a program to help them bring their own stories, their queer stories, into animation. While there's many queer people in the animation space, you know, often the commissioned projects in this are not necessarily queer, so they very seldom get the chance to really bring their own stories to the fore.
Right.
So yeah, we have lots of kind of training programs, boot camps, and all of these are kind of publicly available or open for people to apply.
Yeah. Any exciting project or speakers that you know, have been on your podium and that we're looking forward to hear today?
Today we have more interactive sessions, so we have workshops for kids in AI and computer gaming. Also for students, we have Sechaba Mape will be talking about his indigenous design methodology. He's been using AI to try and reimagine how African cities can be created into the future. So to stop thinking about the kind of colonial and modernist way of how cities are made and look into the future and how we can use stuff like AI to really help fast track a new imaginary of what an African city can be like.
Right. And what impacts do you hope Fak'ugesi will have on the future of digital innovation in South Africa in particular?
Yeah, I think we had quite a lot of winners from South Africa yesterday in our Fak'ugesi Awards, and it's really been amazing to see how one of the winners was many years ago an intern at Fak'ugesi, and she's in the Netherlands. She couldn't even receive the prize because she's hopping from residency to residency and has been getting international awards. Natalie Paneng. Her work is on today at Fak'ugesi. It's called Natalie's Trifecta. It's multiple award winning in some of the biggest like international festivals, and now also at Fak'ugesi. So yeah, many things to come and see and do. Okay, so today's the last day, right? Yes, yeah. So how do we take part? How do we make our way there? Yeah. So do you have to buy tickets or you just show up? Yeah, show up. You can buy tickets at the door. There is online also on Cricket. Fak'ugesi.co.za. We're in Braamfontein, so very close to Wits University. Come by and experience, you know, many different types of media and formats. Right. All right. Great chatting to you, Eduardo. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good morning. Good stuff. Well, we're chatting to Creative Director Eduardo Cachucho, talking to us about this year's Fak'ugesi Festival under the theme Until Unlocked.